want you guys to get set up. Another aspect of this is being in unequally yoked situations or being in unrequited situations where you end up choosing to be around people who don't give you a fraction of what you give them, or they don't bring a fraction to the table of what you do. They get to ride your coattails of your success at that point. And then, when you're all drained and tired, they'll be the last ones to be there for you. It'll be your fault. Nobody told you to do this, right? Nobody told you. You didn't have to do that. So you have to intercept yourself. I don't want you to be set up in situations to be used. I don't want you to have to be in situations where there's no team, there's no partnership really. It's just really you doing all of the work and them benefiting from it and not even really appreciating it and taking it for granted. And when you have that ultimate caretaker energy within you, and that is a high cost that you end up paying, a high cost. They'll eat off of your success. They'll try to take credit for it because they were somewhere in the background while you were doing all the work. You don't want to be in those situations, you guys, and that's why I have to make a video like this, and I have to reinforce this. And some of you are going to have to listen to this over and over and over, and that's okay. We need to rebuild our subconsciousness. And I've made videos in my earlier days on how repetition is great for resetting the mind and renewing it. Just like someone who's verbally abusive to you, they kept saying it to you over and over and over and over, and then the seed got planted and it kept being watered, and then you took it as your truth. The same thing is going to happen here. So feel free to put a video like this in your back pocket and listen to it as often as you need, because this is a very important message. A very important message. Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be talking about the ultimate caretaker and basically the cost of being the ultimate caretaker, because everything does have a cost. And I definitely want to be that squeaky wheel if I need to be, or that person to usher to bring it home to you if you've already been pondering on these things, to definitely take it serious. Chances are, if you've crossed my channel, if you've dealt with narcissistic abuse, been in toxic situations at one time or another, your self-care has fallen down by the wayside. All right? So I want to talk about the dangers of that and just shed some light on this today. And, this is definitely a topic that's very near and dear to me. Sometimes we are in situations that may trigger us actually to go into that ultimate caretaker mode. And judging by how we were raised and groomed as a child, it may actually, on top of that, be a very natural way for us to be. And I myself have been guilty of this ultimate caretaker in the cost of being that. So, I definitely want to share it with you guys as well. And I know that I'm not on that boat alone. But, just being able to have that self-awareness to begin with will take you a long ways. Okay, you guys, so let's talk about this. Are you a single mother? That definitely could trigger you, because you're wearing so many hats and you have so many responsibilities, and you're trying to take care of yourself, you're trying to take care of your children or your child. And like I said, that self-care gets put on the back burner. You're putting someone else before you, like your child. And then you're getting off balance. All right? Where you put in situations earlier in life where you had to carry a lot of responsibilities. I experienced it myself in my life when my mother passed at 7 and I had 2 younger sisters. My stepfather made me very accountable for helping with them and around the house. Basically, a lot of the roles, the cleaning and helping to tend to my sisters, I had to be responsible for that. So I just grew up doing that. So when I later was divorced and a single mother, it was very natural for me to just go right into that role. But when you do that and you become this ultimate caretaker, you're going into a sacrificial lamb state of being. So, it made me want to make this video, because if you keep going down that path, these are the things that I'm going to talk about today that you will have to be facing, or you're going to have a reckoning with these things. All right? So, number 1, you're definitely going to be off balance. You're definitely going to be off balance. Why? Because you're overextending yourself and you're running yourself through the ground. This ultimate caretaker thing, it just plays out in so many different scenarios. And, I may or may not list how it operates in your life, but you'll know by these symptoms. Sometimes you might be the first to go to college, the first to be successful, or the first to, break that generational poverty. It's a lot of responsibilities. And you get used to taking care of your family, and it's like you feel like you have to keep going, or else how are they going to survive? But yet it's running you through the ground. It's wearing you down, taking you off balance. You're not able to replenish yourself as you need to be. And here's the thing, you're training other people to fill their cup with you as well. And when you're that ultimate caretaker, a lot of times you may find yourself stepping in and doing for others what they can do for themselves. Or if they haven't had a pattern of doing it for themselves because you automatically was doing it for them, if they had to sink or swim and you stepped out of the way, they would be able to do it. So that's just something else to look at. Are you doing things for people that they should be able to do for themselves? Are you enabling them to be over-reliant on you, to be codependent on you in that way? And it's basically overburdening yourself at that point. And then not only are you telling them to fill your cup, their cup with you, you're filling your cup with them. And the more that you're taking on their responsibilities for their journey and their life, the less you're able to actually put into your own. And that's so important to point out, because when you're ultimate caretaker, you're going to find yourself feeling stagnant and then feeling like you're going backwards in your life. So it eventually sets you up to be set back. Okay? And where you have these positive intentions of helping someone, you're going to be operating in a negative as you get worn out versus optimizing your potential versus trying to optimize their potential as well. Okay. Another thing that I want to definitely touch on in this video are health problems. Health problems. Overworked people usually aren't eating right because they're always in a rush. And if you're not taking care of yourself, you're not eating right, you may not be sleeping right as well. So not only are you overextending yourself, but you're not replenishing yourself health wise to even have the energy to take on these tasks, let alone give yourself the adequate time and attention. And when you're not eating right, you're not sleeping right, you may not even be hydrating yourself, you may not even be making time for exercise, and yet you're taking on all these things, you're not adequately de-stressing yourself. So you're having poor stress management at this time. And we know, and if you don't know, I'm going to tell you in this video, stress, is a toxic poison inside of your body. And the more that it builds up, you have something called cortisone, which increases your belly fat. Stress is not good for any of your humanly organs. And that can cause insomnia as well. And you have this restless energy because it's just so many realms that is interfering with. Because yes, we have a body and we're here on a 3-dimension, but it's interrupting your spirit as well. And as a matter of fact, you're probably not even having the adequate time at that point to put into the spiritual side of yourself, which is, your spirit. It can be your best friend, basically. It can help balance out or help soothe your soul. And it could help you be better towards your body, but a lot of times you'll end up being disconnected or, completely off balance with your spirit because you're so focused on the 3-dimension. So, this is very important because God isn't waking us up each day for nothing. He has goals for you. He has intentions. But, your body is your temple and everything that's housed within it. And if you're not tending to that, it's going to eventually make you fall short. It's already making you fall short of the glory of, God's intentions for you. And you want Him to be able to use you to the fullest. So whatever it is in your life that's out of balance, and if you're an empath and you struggle with this, I've made videos specifically for people who are empathic and feel like, this is just an area that they've always struggled in. And I will tag it to the end of this video. And even if you don't feel you're an empath, everyone can take something from these types of videos because they're just about increasing your emotional maturity and help you in that area one way or another. You can take something from it. So we have to stay mindful, you guys. We really have to stay mindful, and I hope that this is resonating with someone who's struggling in this area. Because we all have gifts, and God has plans for us, and you don't want to cut your life short by not tending to yourself. And if you do want to be more helpful for others, you'll see that actually tending to yourself first is what needs to be done so that you can have the strength and the energy and the endurance to then go out and help others. Because it's true, how are you going to help others if you don't help yourself first? That's why they say that you can't give what you don't have. So then the question becomes, if you're doing these good things or perceivably good things to the eyes for other people and you're giving what you don't have, then what are you really giving others? And what is that stemming from? And this is a critical question that goes back to where I pointed out how you're telling them to fill their cup with you and you're filling your cup with them. So is there something toxic at the foundation then? that's triggering you to go into this ultimate caretaker position where you are abandoning or minimally neglecting yourself. Okay, so this is something else to talk about in another video. But in this video, I definitely wanted to shed that light on the cost of being that ultimate caretaker. And we talked about being off balance and running yourself to the ground, teaching others to fill their cup with you, and basically overextending yourself and enabling people to be codependent, doing things for them that they can do for themselves. We talked about the health problems and poor stress management, how this makes you stagnant and actually sets you up for setbacks in your life, how you won't be optimizing your potential or theirs. And then a lot of times when we're doing this in toxic situations, and especially if you're doing this for a narcissist, the biggest hurt piece is they would not do for you what you would do for them. So when we're in that energy of being overgivers, we haven't learned the art of balancing and giving and receiving. So energetically, you're going to be in alignment with takers who haven't learned the art and the balance of giving. So you will attract a lot of takers. You will begin or see that your life is filled with a lot of takers. Once you start getting into alignment and balancing, that will change. So I want you to take this lesson before it's too late. And a lot of you need to redetermine what too late is. Too late isn't, you know what, I made a poor decision, this person took advantage of me, it's too late. No. You still have breath in your body. You still have life. There's other connections that you need to make, meaning the one with yourself first. It's not too late if someone got over on you, because you can stop that from happening again. So we have to have healthy perceptions as well, and that's something that I definitely talk about over and over on this channel. So it's not too late for you to start leading your life in a healthier, balanced way where you can give and receive. But you need to give to yourself and receive to yourself as well. Let yourself receive the self-love, the self-care, the gentleness. Acknowledge that you're human. You're not a superhero. You're not a robot. You're not a machine. You have feelings too. The body is set up the way the body is set up. All human beings need nourishment and nurturing. And it needs to start with the self. It needs to start with yourself. And it doesn't matter if you didn't get it and your inner child needs to be healed and soothed from that, then you can do that. There's so many resources that I have, you guys. The support group, private and public. You'll find the links below down here. I run them on Facebook. If you want private coaching and therapy from me, I offer that on my website through voice calls and FaceTimes. I do email coaching. I have text messaging packages. All types of things, you guys. On my support groups, every day I post threads where you can go vent and have help from myself and others. And that's free. And on here on this channel, there's over 700 videos to increase your emotional maturity. All types of playlists that you can get into. So there's help out there. And then there's others in the communities as well that can help you. All right. So I hope that this is help someone. Replenish yourself. Self-care matters. You matter too. You matter too. And you have a special heart like that. We need to keep it on this earth as long as possible. So you start taking care of yourself too. In every decision that you make, and it's going to take time for you to become better at it, but challenge yourself to begin to do that. Every decision that you make, does this foster my well-being? Is this going to uplift me? Is this putting my wellness first? Start leading your life that way, and you will begin to see the difference. No one's perfect. You might not get it right every time. It might take you a while, like I said, to build up to doing this on an ultimate level. But you start doing it and you will see. All right, you guys, thank you for tuning in. If this message has blessed you, make sure you hit that like button. That is a great way to not only support this channel, but to help others find it. YouTube does have an algorithm, but they use activity to determine what they're going to push and what they're not. So you listen to my videos, any of my content, always make sure to like it, leave comments. All these types of things pushes this video out so that other people who may not have otherwise known about the channel get to know about it. Thank you for all of your love and support. And until the next video, you guys, never ever give up on yourself. Continue to do the work. And until next time, please take care.